Mission today is to make our time together the most valuable investment you've made in a long time. So in the next 45 minutes or so, we're going to cover off not just the theory of how to double your profits. I will take you through the process, give you real world strategies that you can implement today, and introduce you to a system that will literally double your business and your profits in 180 days. Now, I know that a number of you, when you got the email from Craig and read the headline, you went, yeah, sure, right. How do you double your business in 180 days? Mate, I've tried everything, can't be done. Well, let me assure you right now, it absolutely can be done. I can show you how to do that, but let me share this with you. The most misquoted quote I think I hear all over the place is knowledge is power, and that quote's wrong. The quote is actually the use of knowledge is power. And what I'm saying to you is this, guys. I can give you all the information you need to double the size of your business plus more, but if you do nothing with that information, if you take no action, nothing will change. And I guarantee you one thing, if you take no action, I will guarantee you this, your business will not double in 180 days. Nothing will actually happen. So if you'd like a simple, proven and tested way that you can double your profits with little time, effort or expense, and I promise you that on your part, then stick around because I'm going to give you a formula that will create massive growth for your business starting immediately. So let's crack on with this, shall we? Now, we're going to move quickly today, but don't worry guys, we are recording the session and I will make this available to you. That's not a problem. Okay, so what are we covering today? Well, firstly, we're going to cover off how to set the baseline for doubling your profits. Then I'll take you through the 5 components of the formula that we use: lead generation, conversion, increasing your transactions, increasing your average sale value, and finally, increasing your margins. Then finally, we'll take a look at what implementing the formula can do for your business. So let's get started. If I ask any business owner what they need most in their business, I get the same 2 answers almost every single time. They tell me they need more clients and they need more income. But here's the problem. That isn't what most business owners actually want. Sure, they want more clients, but what does it take to produce more clients? Well, first you have to generate leads and then you have to convert those leads into clients. So if we break down the end result of wanting more clients into the vital components required to generate them, namely leads and conversions, now we can put together a specific strategy and a plan of action that will allow us to get the end result. As for income, what does it take to produce more income? Well, first, once you generate leads and convert those leads into clients, those clients will be paying you a specific amount for what you sell. So sale amount is the first component in the income equation, but it doesn't stop there. You have expenses to pay and those expenses come directly out of that income you just generated. So the next income component to consider is your margin. How much of that income do you actually get to put into your pocket? But you're still not done. If your client only buys from you one time, you're right back where you started. Now you need to generate a new batch of leads and convert them into clients. What if we came up with a way where your clients would naturally increase the number of transactions they complete with you year after year? Now you have something to build upon. Here's the bottom line. There's hundreds and hundreds of areas that you can work on in your business, but there's 5 critical steps that every small business owner must address in order to attract new clients and generate more income: leads, conversions, average sale value, number of transactions, and profit margin. So let's back those steps up with some specific numbers to illustrate exactly how this works. In order for you to double your profits and create exponential growth, you have to start with a baseline. You have to understand where you start from. And that means you have to know exactly what your numbers are in each one of these critical areas. So you first need to work out what those numbers are and where you are right now. Once you've got those numbers, you can work out what you need to do to double those profits and make sure you spend your time doing what you should be doing. So let's start with leads. Let's say, and guys, this is just a baseline as an example. This is not your business. This is just a baseline as an example. So let's say your current baseline is 1,000 leads per year. Your conversion rate is 25%, meaning that 1 of every 4 people you sit in front of agrees to buy from you. So that means you convert 250 of those 1,000 leads into clients. let's assume your average number of annual transactions per client is 10. So each of your 250 clients buys what you sell 10 times per year. Let's further assume your average sale value is $100. So your 250 clients are buying from you $100 worth of product or service from each of you 10 times each year for a total annual income of $250,000. However, you have to subtract out all of your expenses, including rent or mortgage, salaries, marketing, cost of goods sold, and so on. So in this example, let's assume your profit margin is 25%, which leaves you with a profit of $62,500. The trick now is to find a way to increase each of the 5 critical metrics of your business. So today, we're going to give you a number of ways to do that. My aim is to help you increase your leads, conversions, your number of transactions, your average sale value, and your overall profit margin. So, for instance, suppose I gave you 19 separate and distinct strategies that would dramatically increase your leads. Now, these strategies are field tested and they work. Each strategy walks you through its implementation and execution step by step. So all that's required from you is the application of the information. For example, one of the most effective and powerful ways to generate leads today is through a targeted direct mail campaign. What we're seeing now is that email campaigns, although cheap to execute, produce very poor open rates. In fact, the open rates are well down in the single figure mark. So the direct mail campaign we're seeing is now producing far better returns on your investment. And a campaign means multiple mailings, since a single mailing rarely produces positive results. In fact, what we see is we need to do at least 7, 8, or 9 mailings to get the maximum return, because the maximum return happens on the 7th, 8th, or 9th mailing. Now, unfortunately, most business owners never attempt a direct mail campaign because of the expense involved. But one of our 19 strategies can teach you how to execute a direct mail campaign to as many prospects as you want to target and do it all for free. All this strategy requires from you is a minimal amount of your time. How many leads would you generate if you could send a compelling marketing message, which, by the way, I can help you create, to a list of 1,000 highly qualified targeted prospects? A qualified list like this typically generates between an 18 to 20% response rate, which, if we use the 18%, when mailing to 1,000 prospects, would produce 180 fresh new leads. But suppose you decide to test this strategy first by starting out small. Let's say you elect to initially mail to only 100 prospects. Typically, an 18% response rate still produces 18 new leads, and that's using just one of 19 strategies I can give you. So let's have a look at a couple of other strategies. What if I could show you how to double the number of leads using a networking strategy, or how to implement a no-cost yet highly effective referral program strategy, or how to set up a lucrative strategic endorsement partnership where other business owners actually sell your products or your services on your behalf? Or perhaps you'd like to use a presentation strategy where you host an online presentation highlighting what you do using a webinar or teleseminar. These strategies are all just a drop in the bucket when it comes to helping you generate all the leads your business can handle. But whichever one or more of these strategies you elect to use for your business, do you think you could conservatively generate at least 10% more leads by using them? So instead of generating 1,000 leads per year, which was our original number, would you say that conservatively you could easily generate 1,100 leads per year? That's just an additional 8 leads per month. And remember, that's leads, not clients. That works out to just 1 additional lead every 4 days. With 19 powerful and proven lead generation strategies backing you up, would you agree that this is ultra conservative? Now, let's tackle the second critical step, your conversion rate. Your conversion rate is where a prospect becomes a client. They agree to buy what you sell. This simply means that there was a good fit between your prospect's needs and your solution, and that you presented a solution in such a compelling fashion that they chose you over your competition. What if we could help you convert your leads and close virtually every sale, every time? What if I could give you a pricing strategy that was so powerful it would completely remove price from your prospect's buying decision? And what if we could teach you how to write powerful marketing and advertising copy along with persuasive sales scripts and have you write them, all of them, better than 95% of all the copywriters alive today? What if we could do that? What if your copy was so compelling and persuasive that it would position your business as the only logical choice for your prospects to buy from? Suppose we could give you a strategy that would teach you how to add so much value to what you sell that you could charge double the price that your competition charges and your prospects wouldn't think twice about paying that amount. And what if we could teach you how to completely eliminate any barriers to entry for your prospects and how to create irresistible offers that have your prospects desperate to buy from you? And perhaps most important, what if we could hand you an entire nurture campaign or drip campaign for your prospects who don't initially buy from you? A drip campaign is a series, or a nurture campaign is a series of follow-up communications, usually email or direct mail, that continuously nurtures your prospects until they're finally ready to make a purchase. Did you know that a typical prospect doesn't buy until they've received a minimum of 6 marketing messages from you? Are you currently sending out a minimum of 6 follow-up messages to your current prospects? If you're not, you're leaving a fortune on the table. With all these conversion strategies working for you, would you agree it should be easy to increase your conversion rate from the original 25% to perhaps 50%? Of course it would be. That's a no-brainer. But let's keep our numbers ultra conservative. Would you agree that conservatively you would have no problem whatsoever increasing your conversion rate by 10%? So going from 25% to 27.5%. So now you're converting 27.5% of our 1,100 leads, which totals 302 clients. Now, let's increase our number of transactions. Let's implement a series of strategies that will have our clients naturally buy from us more often. So what if we implemented and taught you how to condition your clients to purchase from you more often? As an example, how many times have you looked in the mirror 3 weeks after getting your hair cut and noticed that you are beginning to look a little shaggy? You call the hairdresser to book an appointment and they schedule you to come in 2 weeks later. What if we could teach you this hairdresser strategy that would have their clients automatically booking their next haircut at 3-week intervals and commit to this at their initial appointment each time? Do you realize that just that one strategy alone would increase this hairdresser's total income by 70%? Or what about a florist? Most guys buy flowers for their better half once a year, if that. Suppose we could teach a florist how to set up a continuity program called Lover of the Year, where a guy could come into the florist shop once a year and select a prearranged package of flowers, gifts and cards, each targeting a special date that calendar year, such as Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, her birthday, your anniversary, or perhaps a one day as a special out of the blue just thinking of your day. Each package they select would include a specific floral arrangement that fits each unique occasion, the special gift that she will treasure forever, and a romantic card containing a special handwritten message. And now, all of this can be taken care of in about 20 minutes. The florist will guarantee to deliver each arrangement on the appropriate date and send an email reminder to the guy the day before each delivery so they don't forget the occasion, and to confirm that each delivery will be made on time. The florist could also finance the entire cost of the program over 12 months and charge the guy's credit card a set amount each month to make this program an affordable no-brainer. Guys love this because the entire year is planned out in advance and they don't have to make their typical last-minute dash to the shop to grab something for each occasion. Do you realize that this florist has just conditioned this client to buy from them 5 times per year instead of 1? And do you think this one guy will tell 4, maybe 5 of his friends about this unique program? And of course he will. Did you know that a version of this strategy can be adapted to work for almost any business in any industry? In fact, we can show you how to implement this strategy for your business. So, looking back to our original numbers and remaining ultra conservative, could we assume it would be fairly simple to use a strategy like this to easily increase our original 10 visits each year to just 11 visits? Now let's consider your average sale value. Suppose you sell, this is the price you charge for what you sell. What if we could help you implement a series of targeted strategies that would allow you to instantly increase your sales price with no effect whatsoever on your conversion rate? Did you know that price is one of the least understood components when it comes to small business ownership? Let me explain, guys. Suppose you sell a product for $100 and the net profit on that product is 15%. That means that after you pay the rent, the salaries, the commissions, the cost of acquiring that product to resell it, the utilities and everything else that goes into your business, you only put $15 of that $100 into your bank account. So what would happen if you increase the price by just 5%? Do you realize that additional 5% is pure profit? Typically, there's no additional expenses that need to be factored into determining your net profit. In fact, your net profit just increased from $15 to $20. That means your profit on this one product just increased by 33.33%. Now consider this real life example. Let's say you own a health club that offers a package of health services for $60 a month and you presently have 300 clients enrolled in the program. That means your total income is $18,000 per month. You operate on a 25% profit margin, so your net profits are $4,500 per month. Suppose you raise your price by just $4 per month, or 6.67%. You just increased your net profit by 26.67%, or $1,200 a month. For some people, that's a big chunk of a house payment, or even a lease on a new car. But if you're worried that raising your price even $4 might lead to some clients cancelling their membership in your program, then listen to this. As a health club owner, you would have to lose 63 clients from this program just to get back to your original net profit. In other words, you could lose 63 members and it would have zero impact on your original profits. Do you think 63 out of 300 clients would drop your program over $4 per month, especially if you offer more value than any of your competitors? Now, I can teach you the latest pricing strategies and positioning tactics that will allow you to raise your pricing substantially without affecting your conversion or retention rates. So, looking back at our original numbers, do you think with strategies like this in place, you could conservatively increase your original $100 price point to $110? So now your total income has increased to $365,420. Finally, it's imperative we look at your profit margin. Everything we've just discussed is basically worthless if you aren't making profit on each and every sale you make. So let's help you implement a couple of strategies that will dramatically increase your profit margins, and also a couple of ways to slash your costs without affecting your day-to-day business operations. Do you realize that you can see huge increases in your profit margins just by properly identifying and then targeting your ideal client? This ties into the old 80-20 rule, which states that 20% of your clients generate 80% of your total profits. If you can replace the 80% of your low margin clients with more 20% high margin clients, you'll see your margins explode, sometimes by as much as 16 times. Another example has to do with separating your business from your competition by becoming unique in what you do. We call this identifying your purple thread, and it involves setting yourself apart from the herd, which creates a massive competitive advantage that can skyrocket your profit margins. As an example, one of our clients used to manufacture more than 1,000 different types of ceramic tiles and accessories. He voluntarily discontinued 80% of his products, focusing his entire sales and development efforts on only those products that gave him a competitive edge. The result was he had a rebirth in his company where he doubled his profit margin and increased his sales. So let's assume you implement just one of these strategies, and keeping our numbers ultra conservative, let's say your profit margins go from 25 to just 27.5%. We now go from our original profit figure of $62,500 to $100,490. So now we have over $100,000 in profit. We've almost doubled our profits, which is getting close to our goal, which is not too bad. But What if I could show you how you could easily increase these percentages, and instead of increasing them by just 5 or 10%, as we did in our examples, what if we increase them by 50%? Imagine this. What if we provide you with 20 simple ways to increase your leads, and 20 ways to increase your conversions, and 20 ways to increase your average sales value, 20 ways to increase your number of transactions, and 20 ways to increase your profit margins? So an upsell, cross-sell, and downsell strategy alone produces immediate income increases, normally in excess of 30%. So do you think you could easily achieve a 1% overall increase per week? Just a 1% increase per week with 2 weeks off for holidays each year equals a 50% increase. So what happens to our numbers now? Well, starting with the baseline of 1,000 leads, we now have 1,500 leads. Instead of a 25% conversion rate, we now have a 37.5% conversion rate. That means we now have 562 clients. These clients now buy off us 15 times per year instead of 10. Our average sale value has gone from $100 to $150. And when we put all those numbers together, that brings us to $1,265,625 in total income. However, we now have a 37.5% profit margin instead of the 25% margin we had before, which gives us $474,609 of profit. So starting with just $62,500, a 50% increase, just a 50% increase in these 5 basic areas has delivered nearly $500,000 to our bottom line. Now, guys, I think you have to agree that's a little better than double our original profits. Now, I use this to give you an example that you don't need to double everything to double the size of your business. You just need to focus on the 5 critical areas in your business and look to increase that 10, 15, 25, 30, up to 50%. Now, 50% is absolutely doable, but just imagine if you only had a 25% increase rather than a 10% increase in those areas. You see, this is the power you can tap into by following the right marketing system. Follow this 5-step formula. If you follow this 5-step, you can double or even triple your profits. So now you're probably thinking to yourself that all of this just sounds too good to be true. So why don't I prove it to you? And why don't I do it for free? I'll prove that you can do everything that I just said and more. And I'll prove it to you by putting a large lump of cash directly in your pocket. How about that? See, Physio Control has arranged for each business who registered for this webinar today to receive a complimentary marketing makeover. If you invest just 50 minutes of your time with me, and we do this on the phone, or we do this online with GoToMeeting, I'll help you find a minimum of $10,000 hidden inside your existing business, your existing marketing. I'll show you where it is, and I'll show you how to put it in your pocket. Now, I know that sounds too good to be true, but I am dead serious, guys. You see, my partners and I have worked with thousands of business owners all over the world, and we've discovered that none of them are applying some very simple and easy marketing strategies that can release tens of thousands of dollars in hidden income. Give me just 50 minutes of your time, and there's no obligation here. You don't have to buy anything. I'm not trying to sell you anything. This has all been taken care of by Physio Control as part of their new initiative. Just 50 minutes of your time, apply 3 simple marketing strategies, and I'll find you a minimum of $10,000 hidden in your business. In fact, let me take this one step further. After I show you these 3 simple strategies, I'll give you the tools and resources you need to apply those 3 strategies to your business and immediately begin to pocket that hidden income. And remember, this has all been covered by Physio Control. Now, that doesn't mean you can't work with me if you want to. That's not a problem. We can do that, but I'll do this. There's no cost to you. There's no obligation to do anything other than sit there and have me find $10,000 for you. So let's get started, guys. All you need to do is send me a message to the email address on your screen right now. Shoot me an email, and we'll arrange a time for your 50-minute marketing makeover. Remember, these marketing makeovers are complimentary, and they're courtesy of Physio Control. Physio Control have taken care of all this. So don't wait. Send me a message right now. Let's get started, and I'll start off by finding you a minimum of $10,000. It'll be $10,000 or 5% of your average of your annual turnover, guys. Either one of those, which is ever greater. You tell me which one you want to get, and I'll help you find it. And I'll give you the resources to help you make even more money. So send me a message and get this booked in. Now, I'm happy to open this up to messages, questions. If anyone has any questions that they'd like to ask, I'm happy to answer questions. If not, shoot me off a quick email, guys. I'll get back to you ASAP, and we'll put something in place. Thanks for coming along. Bye for now.